So this is just covering a bit of clarity on a subject, a term that Ted Wong used, that he called the fancy step, open step, split step, whatever, drop shift, yada, yada, yada. So it's a way to ignite your footwork or add impulse to your movements, explosiveness, slash relaxed tense, relaxed sequence, kinetic chain of movement, etc., etc. Now, it reminds me of some of the interpretations of the Muay Thai switch kick, as well as other areas of combative sports and combatives. All right, it's kind of plyometric in nature if you look at it. Basically, you're bouncing off of the floor, and in regard to the ladder stage JKD, it's with the smallest movement possible. So you're always looking to do that smallest movement as possible. And of course, to understand the smallest movement as possible, it's a good idea to do it large, medium, and small. You know, common sense, as they say. But essentially, the fancy step, I'll hit it from this angle, okay? So if I'm outside of kicking range and the person advances in order to kick me, whether they advance with their lead leg followed by their rear kick, or whether they slide in and kick with their lead or skip in like this, doesn't matter, whatever. Whether they dive in to tackle you, it's the same kind of thing. So the idea is that it's meant to shuffle back and then push you off. So you use that time of your slide and step movement to replace your weight and go sideways, okay? Your facing can change to be away. Your facing can change to be at an angle. Your facing can be the same. So no change of facing. All right, so the proximity that it's done at is highly contextual, okay? So at long range, you have the luxury of kind of this kind of fancy thing here, like this, all right? In closer range, you don't have that luxury of time and space. So the idea is that you use different mechanisms to shift your weight in order to do that load up, that spring load, okay? One movement is simply a movement to the inside, bam. And I'm just going like this to illustrate striking power. One, okay? The other one is to step back at the angle that the foot is at. And again, you can see there's not a lag in time. There's not that luxury. Bam, it's like that. I'm already bamming as I'm stepping, right? Bam. You see? Okay, so we've got the short adjustment to the inside, bam. We've got the back at a slight 30-degree angle, bam. We've got it straight back, okay, to go forward, okay. And we have shuffle retreat to go in. All right, but the idea is that I don't have the luxury to go 1, 2, okay? The idea is that if I'm in tight here and I'm slipping out of the way of this line, that I simply go ahead and go. That's the urgency needed in the technique. So thus the fancy step no longer becomes fancy. Okademaska.